Welcome back to Iowa Gold Prospectors. Me and Jeff are back to that creek that we were at here a couple weeks ago. Let me turn this around here just a minute. We brought our sluices. Jeff brought his Gold Hog river sluice and a baby La Trappe, and I brought my full-size La Trappe. And
go ahead, break the news.
Jeff was, we're gonna hit it hard today, and we just walked over the creek and there's no flowing water. So today we're gonna do some exploring. That's what we were gonna do originally, and fingers crossed, hopefully we can find a pool of water that we can pan in, because this creek, it has a big drop in it, meaning that when it rains, it runs fast and then runs dry, and hopefully we can find a pool of water that we can pan some material in. Like always, when I find gold in the pan, I'll bring you back. All right, so I just dug right there. I wanted to dig there because these branches across here, when this creek is coming down and it's just ripping through here, which I imagine it does when you get a decent amount of rain. Anyhow, there's a low pressure zone right here because of this waterfall. And I dug one pan's worth out of there. Jeff followed my lead, and he's downstream trying to warm his hands up. I found one piece, and it's not too awful bad. It's not right there. One nice little chunker. Now, I might have to go through this again a little bit slower. I pulled this back real fast. There might be something else back here. But yeah, that's not bad. Looks a little chunky. Let's see if I can zoom back down on that.
Not much black sand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I think me and Jeff might walk up just a little bit on this feeder creek and see what's up there. When I looked at it here a couple of days ago on Google Earth, kind of looked like there was a big giant bend up there. Might be a pool of water up there we can use to pan, because everything else is shot through here and there's no running water.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, nothing? Oh, I'm sorry.
They don't call it. Never mind.
Apparently, I took the only piece.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So I'm digging right here. This little area between these two rocks were filled with fist-sized boulders, and I'm digging out this area right here. I'm gonna classify this up and I'm gonna show you what I get. And I got one tiny little speck.
Yep.
That's good. So I was digging out right through here. First pan, I did have one piece. All the next pans didn't have nothing. I've done two more pans right here. And, you know, re-looking at the creek, it kind of comes around a bend right back behind Jeff. Jeff's been digging right there. He pulled that big rock out of there. And he's been finding big chunky pieces, you know, for Iowa. And then I thought instead of digging right between those two rocks, I'd dig right where the shovel's at, right behind that bigger rock. So after about a 4-pan dry or 3-pan dry spell, I finally found there's a few pieces there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, that's not bad. I gotta get panning because Jeff's ahead of me on gold count. I want to find the same amount. I want to find some bigger pieces. Jeff, I want to find bigger pieces.
All right, you better get panning.
All right. So me and Jeff left out of the gully that we were in. There's gold in there. Jeff was finding big pieces. I was finding smallies. But sometimes it's the luck of the draw. It's where you dig. We've moved into another gully. We walked down to the main creek, walked up maybe 50 yards if that, and came up another draw. So we're gonna check that out. We're gonna check this location out. Let me turn you around here real fast. Up. So back up around Jeff here. The creek comes down, makes a corner, makes another corner. Just above here, there's a deep pool where we're gonna go pan. Comes around, and the creek just opens up. Or I wouldn't really say this is a creek. Well, it's a washout.
Yeah, that's better than throw up.
But the creek really opens up here, and we got big cobbles right here in the center. We're gonna do some test pans right here, see what we find. If we're not finding gold, we're gonna go up and maybe work inside bend, and it just goes, it's hard to see here with all this underbrush, but the creek just goes back and forth and back and forth. And the valley that we're in, it's almost like a canyon up through here. And it's hunting season. That's what the gunshots are in the background. Luckily enough, we're in an area that we're hoping there's no hunters. And if there is, they would have to be pointing down at us to shoot. Are we wearing orange? No, we're not. Well, me and Jeff just had a little sit-down lunch, and we've gone about another 50 yards upstream from where we were at. We're on an inside bend. Jeff is digging about I'd say maybe the center, maybe a little bit further down. Me, on the other hand, I'm digging just about where the inside bend starts. and I'm digging down, and I'm digging in a little bit. We'll have to see who has more gold in the pan. Just about every pan here, we've been finding gold. So hopefully we do pretty good, the both of us. Well, me and Jeff have checked out a majority of the draws in the main creek that runs up through here. The main creek is really full of sand, but the inside bends look really good. Unfortunately, there's so much drop in this area. You pretty much need to be down here possibly in the spring when there's melt off to have enough water to maybe run a river sluice. Otherwise, this is Pan City. Let me turn the phone around. I'm decided to dig exactly where I dug to do a sample when me and Jeff were in here. Originally, I think I dug a little bit behind this rock. Actually, I think I might have dug over here somewhere, and maybe into the bank a little bit, by the bank. Dug right where the shovel is, and it's one pan. I got about 10 specks up in there, 9-10 specks. That's pretty good, you know. That's pretty good for one pan. Wish there was 50 in there, but what do? You do more pans. I'll be back. I'll show you my next pan. It'll be roughly in the same area. All right, so I did one more pan behind that big rock, and I found about another 10 tinies. So that's playing out pretty good for me. I'm do a couple more pans there if Jeff doesn't conk me in the head. All right, so I did about one more pan there. Done about 3-4 pans there. Every pan is producing a little bit of gold up in there. Trying to just stand right here because I've invited Jeff to dig right behind me, and I know Jeff, if I don't stay here, the next pan he'll be digging right here.
What? Whatever.
So, yeah, we're gonna be leaving here pretty soon. Probably the next time we come down here, this'll just move downstream a little bit. Well, Jeff said one more pan and we're leaving, so I invited him down to where I've been digging. I've been getting about 8 to 10 specks per pan.
8 to 10 pickers.
Yeah. So this was my last pan out of there. I'm gonna do one more pan, and then we're gonna be heading home because we're a couple hours away from home. All right, so this is my last pan, and again, right behind that big rock, there's some chunky pieces. Yeah, I'm zoomed in a little bit. There's my finger. I'm in Iowa, not Colorado. So me and Jeff are going to be heading back home. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment.
And hit the button. Hit the bell.
Okay, hit the bell. Till next time, I'll see you in the creek. All right, so zoom in there. This is my take for today.
It's not too awful bad for just panning. And the start of the day, it was not doing too good, and Jeff was doing a lot better than I was doing. And then I found a spot where I was finding about 10 specks per cleanup, and did about 4 or 5 cleanups with that same amount. So it's not too awful bad. I mean, it looks pretty. If it would only zoom in. All right. I'm going to smush this up and bring you back again. All right, so it's all smushed up together. And focus, please. That's pretty good. There's some chunky pieces in there. There's some chunky pieces of fly poop in there. Come on, focus.